How we doing today, man? It is one of those days. It is one of those days where I didn't touch the market. But we do have to take a trade. What do you mean, right? What do you mean you have to take a trade? I have to take a trade. We're going to take a trade on the Express account because we have to. I'm fiending for a trade. No, in all seriousness, I do have to take a trade on this account though. Why? Because I don't trade on this account right now, but you have to trade in the rules. If anyone didn't know this on Top Step, you have to take a trade every single month, at least once a month. So the last trade we took was $9 loss. The other trade that we took before that was a $100 win. We're going to go in, right? We have till the 30th, so once a month. We took our trade on the 30th. We have to get a trade, so I'm going to do that right now on video. And kind of nervous for it, but we're going to get this trade because I don't want to forget tomorrow, and it's just better to do it today and not forget. So we are going to go with one micro, and we're going to just go maybe short. I have no real other reason. So maybe we go short. Maybe we, what would the stop loss be right now? $14. Okay, maybe we don't go short. I don't know. So let's try and get this, and then we're gonna go over in the video. I do want to talk about my plan, because there's no trade today. So I'll go over why it was no trade today, why we wait for our trade that we take. Simple. We had a nice weekly opening gap that would have been a nice target, but we were already inside of it, and ES filled the gap completely. So I'm a little bit bearish towards these lows right here. But we didn't get any sort of SMT from any key level to go long. We have an SMT at the highs now, so that's why, okay, I am going to go short here. Let's see how much of a stop loss we can do here. Okay, we're on one micro. Ooh, okay, why is it popping up like that? Where's ES at? I don't know why I'm like swaying this straight out. But okay, so I basically just didn't like where we were at in the charts. I don't like that we have a no news Monday and we are chopping on the higher, or like on when market open. We had no fair value gaps created this whole session. So we had no fair value gaps created. I don't like that. And we're going sideways. So it's a good day to not trade. We had, if you look at this, ES was dropping while NQ, in consolidating, dropping while NQ was going up. And then as soon as we started going down on NQ, we start go up on ES, and then we just stalled. It's just choppy, right? And these are the days where the most improvement has been shown in my trading, which is not trading every day. I used to not be able to not trade. I used to look at days like this, and you might feel this way if you're newer trading, where you see a day like this and you can't find a trade, and you're thinking, what is wrong with me? I don't know what I'm doing. I can't find a trade. You don't know what's going on, and it's not you. It's not you that doesn't understand how to trade. It's just the market isn't giving a clean opportunity. So every day isn't a trading day, but it's so easy when you're early on to the journey to think that, oh my gosh, I must not be seeing something. I must be dumb. I must not know how to trade. Why can't I figure out where the market's going? How do I not see this, that, the other? But you have to relax and just understand that when you don't see something, you don't know where market's going, it's probably lower probability conditions for you. You're probably not going to get a trade, right? We want to see trades like last Friday where we have clear targets above, clear manipulation at lows, clear displacement back into the range, and clear targets. Those are the days you want to trade. You don't want to be trading days where you don't really know what's going on. You have to trust that you know better. If you don't know what's going on, you have to trust that that's for a reason. So that's all I want to say about why I didn't trade. Let's get this trade going. Let's take care of this trade here. I'm like, so, I don't know, dude. I just hate losing so much. But like, I also feel like I can catch a little drop here, but I'm not going to try to. Let's get this trade. Let's keep our stop loss. That's $12 though. Like, do I want to lose $12? Risk $20. Dude, this is a lot more stressful than I thought. But after we get this trade, because we're going to get it, I do want to talk about my plan to scale to 10K a month, right? How I plan to go from literally $0 to 10K a month. 5 to 10K a month, because we'll do the math for the 10K so I can make the video title talking about 10K a month. But my real goal is to make $5,000 a month from trading. Not my end goal. That's not my goal for a lifetime. But I want to start making $5,000 a month profit after prop firms, after paying for prop firms and getting my payout. I want to profit $5,000 each month. Why do I want to do that? Well, because $5,000 is enough for a single person like myself to be making a living, right? If we look at how much that is, right? $5,000 profited per month, times that by 12 months out of the year, that's 60 grand, right? Let's just say that 2 of the months, 10, we only trade for 10 months out of the year, that's 50K, right? 50K, that is more than enough for a guy like me to survive and have a great time. So that's my real goal. My first goal of trading is make 5 grand a month, and I want to break down how I'm going to do that with which accounts and everything. We got to take this trade, dude. I'm not sure what to do. Let's just talk about how I plan to get there, and then we'll circle back to this trade. So, as you guys know, we have this account right here that is eligible for a payout once we get a positive balance. I mean, we're positive right now, but you can't withdraw $2, right? So what is the plan of action on this account? This plan of action is to, or let's work backwards, right? Let's work backwards and then we'll get to this account, right? So let's work backwards. Start out, right? Calculator. Let's just do it this way. We want to make, let's just do the 10K first, or let's do 5K first, right? So 5 grand in a month. We want to make 5 grand a month. So what is it? Actually, 50K is like the profit for the year. Let's just do 5 grand for the month. 1 month, 5K. That's the goal. How many accounts do we want to trade? Well, 5 is a good number, right? 5 is a great number because you can trade 5 on Top Step. You could trade 20. If you do 20, it makes this a lot more obtainable. 20 accounts, you just need 250. So, you know what? Actually, what I could do, okay. We'll do this. We'll base the number off 5 because that's the standard for Top Steps thing. But I do want to start using Alpha Futures 0 plan eventually in the future. So that would be 3 more accounts. So that would be 8. So we can do the math with 5 and then 8, right? We'll do the math with 5 and 8. And then, shoot, maybe I could even do 2 Apex and have 10 accounts. Because when you do across 10 accounts, you only need $500 from each account. Half of what you need for 5, obviously. So, $5,000, you do 5 accounts, that's $1,000 you need to make from each account per month. So that comes down to the fact that you need to make 2 grand at least. Or you just need to make 1,000. So if you build the buffer up, and you make, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if this is how props work. If I were on this account and I make 3 grand, right? If I make 3 grand, if I withdraw $1,000, because I can take a payout of $1,000, I'll be at 2 grand. If I make another $1,000 the next month and I'm back to 3 grand, can I still withdraw 1,000 even though I only made the 1,000? Or do I have to withdraw only 500? I'm not really sure how that works. So the question I'm asking is, when you're taking payouts, okay, let me re-give the example again, and I'll probably just say the exact same thing I just said, but let's say I make this account to $3,000 in profit. I withdraw $1,000, so now I have 2 grand in profit. If I get another 5 winning days and I make another $1,000, so I'm back to 3K, can I withdraw 1,000 whole dollars even though all I made in that time period was 1,000? Or can I only withdraw half of what I made after? That's what I don't understand. So, again, that being said, I'm going off the logic that you can take all the money you make if it's only 50%, right? So, my logic is that if I'm at 3 grand, no matter what, I can take $1,000 out because I have $1,500 of 50% of the profit because it's a 50% profit share on Top Step. So that's the logic I'm going to use. It could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. So we need $1,000 per month. Let's just assume that each of the accounts have already been built up to the phase that we need them to be, which is in profit and with the buffer, right? Because if not, the first month you're actually going to have to make 2 grand per account to just withdraw 1,000. So let's just assume we have the buffer. It's actually how we're going to work backwards in the end. You need $1,000 across 5 accounts. So how are we going to make this $1,000? Well, if we look at this month, we had 1, 2, 3, almost 4 trading weeks, right? If we look at this one, we have 4 full trading weeks. So you get about 4 trading weeks. Let's just say out of the trading week, you trade 3 times a week. 3 times a week, so that's 3, 6, 9, 12. You have 12 trading days, and we probably already passed that this month. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you probably trade more than that, but let's just say you have 12 trading days, right? So you divide the $1,000 by 12. You need to average $100 a day, right? Not actually, because You need to, make more than that. But let's go back to the 1,000. So clearly it's not about making a ton of money. You don't need to earn just this unbelievable amount of money to make 1,000 across 5 accounts. So let's just say that you trade with sizing of 5 micros, right? So that's $10 a point. You need to net on the entire month, you need to net 100 points on the NASDAQ. That's it. Net 100 points, right? So obviously you need the 5 winning days to be able to get a payout. But to net 100 points on the month, I don't care how you get there, you need to net 100 points with 5 micros. That is very, very, very attainable. Again, because you have 4 weeks. So divide that by 4 weeks, you need to net 25 points positive each week. That's it. Obviously, you could have a losing week. You could have a really big winning week. But if you can average 25 points in the markets, that's all you need. If we go ahead and look at just last week, right? 25 points on the NASDAQ. This trade that we took, this is a great trade. I don't know why the fair value gap's not there. But right when this candle broke the high, right? And we're targeting London high. This trade right here is in one trade, a very, very modest take profit is more than you'd need for the entire week in profits, right? To keep on pace for the 5K. So it shows you how easy this would actually be, right? This is why I like to break this video down because there's no trade today. So let's just talk about, where we want to be. 25 points a week. When you realize that it's not about, like right now, for me, if I wanted to make $5,000 on this month with one account, I would have to make $10,000. $10,000. But that's why the leverage of these accounts. That's why get stacking Alpha Futures accounts, stacking Apex accounts, stacking Top Step, My Funded Futures, whatever firm you use, stacking those accounts, that's how you make the bread. Because then you don't have to be so overwhelmed and say, hey, I have to make $10,000 this month. Of course, you're going to be making $5,000 in the month, but it's across all these accounts. So you're just trading one account. Just think as if you're trading one account with 5 micros or however much sizing you want to use. You need a net 25 points positive a week. Maybe one week you make 100 points positive or 150. You have a killer week. You have 3 trades, and they're all just great big trades. And then you have a week where you lose 40 points on the week. Or then you, right? But you average out to 25 points a week. So when you realize how accessible and easy this is, okay, I think we're going to go for it here. Every time I want to go and take a short, it just like immediately reverses. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So if we get a close below here, I'll go short. So that being said, right? Cool, 25 point net. It's so accessible. That's why I like to break it down like that because it is so accessible. It's just not accessible right now because I have one account. Right, so for me to make $5,000 next month, it would take time. But build the accounts, build the buffers. That's gonna be the next plan. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get a $500 payout on this account. That's the goal, $500. Make $1,000 profit, however long it takes me. Build up $1,000, withdraw half of that. So yes, this account would be $500 away from being blown once I do that. But I'll take that $500, and that is 2 more. Right, that is. $300 will be set aside for 2 more activation fees. So 2 more activation fees, that's $300. 150 times 2, that'd be 2 accounts, $300. That means that I would have $200 extra from the payout. So from the 500, I'll have $200 extra to go towards evals. That means I have 4 attempts to pass 2 of them, right? So maybe we only pass 1 eval account and we add 1 more. But regardless, we're going to add 1 more account to the funding, right? Then what are we going to do? We're going to copy trade these 2 accounts, these 2. So basically I'll be trading 1 account because I only have $500. Let's get over here. If we can get a close below this level, we'll go short. Then we'll go break even quick. If we can get that payout, we're going to just copy trade that account alongside the fresh XFA account that I'm going to try and take 1 trade on right now. Why? Because now we're copy trading 2 accounts. The goal then will be to build a buffer to around $3,000, right? It's going to take some time, but it's just stay consistent, stay steady, whatever. When I build the buffer to $3,000, that account will be they'll both be eligible for $1,000 payout, or I'll take $1,000 more from each of those accounts. That way I will have $2,000, 2.5K made in payouts. That will be more than enough to get myself max allocation on Top Step. Then it's all about getting max allocation Top Step, build the buffer, and then go from there. So the real key is not all of that. That doesn't matter. That's overwhelming. Don't think about the long-term process, how long it's going to take, all of that. The goal is to get to the max allocation. That's the goal. So I'm giving you guys my plan of how I'm going to, wow, this thing's loud now, this water heater. That's my plan of how I'm going to try and get max allocated. Is that the best path? No. You could just go and buy 5 accounts right now and try and have one day and get to 3K buffer and do that. That's a good method. This is how I'm going to get max allocation, because the goal is to get max allocation with a buffer, and that's when everything becomes easy. That's when you get rewarded. That's when you make the money. You don't make money from one account. You don't make money from, or it's harder to make money from one account. The key to the trading is to get multiple accounts, max allocation, build the buffer, and then you don't have to do as much. You let the leverage and everything else do the heavy lifting for you. So we're going to go short here.
Order filled.
$16 risk. We try and take that $10. If we go break even at these lows, okay, cool. We're going to go break even here. And see if we can capture a little bit of a move here. Cool, we got our trade and we didn't lose it. That's nice. We could close it here for $5, but who cares? Let's see if we can catch a little runner. A little $50. But yeah, that's my plan. Get to max allocation. That's the goal. Get to max allocation. Go from there. See if we can do anything crazy. It's just about how long it takes to get to max allocation. I'm not in a rush, because once you get to max allocation, I'm going to just get out there for 15, because we've been just wicking like that and just ripping. So that's cool. Obviously, that wasn't a real trade, so I'm not going to sit there and hold it, because I don't have any. This is just a momentum trade. So we made our 16 there. We're back up to an all-time high on this account, which is really cool to see. And yeah, 115 in profit, so that is really, really solid. Couldn't be happier. Yeah, we got, dang, I could have actually probably held. What I should have done is held this position to try and make $200 and then get one of those days. That, you know, hindsight's 2020. But again, I got in this trade just to keep the account active. Oh my gosh. Do not tell me. Where's 50 points? Oh my gosh. No, I need 100. I need 100. I need 100. I would need 100 points. Okay, I would need this. It could get there. It could get there, though. Oh, my gosh. Who cares? Literally, who cares, right? If I got a $200 day, I get a $200 day. It would have been nice. Of course, it would have been nice, because we'd be up $300 in the account with one winning day. But, yeah. I would have made 50. This is annoying, because why am I getting emotional about a trade that I didn't, like, it was just a trade to keep the account alive. Like, it was just, that's all it was. Who cares? It wasn't even a trade. See, this is where your emotions get to you in trading, is that it's frustrating, man, because everyone wants to make profit, everyone wants to make money, but you have to commit to the process. Commit to the process. That's what the whole point of this video is. Commit to the process. Do great things over time. Be great. I'll see you guys in the next one. Nothing crazy in this video. Again, just no trade day. How to get a trade done. Cool little day here. Interesting. Right? Oh my gosh. Is this thing going to melt? Honestly, like, if it just melted a little bit slower, but this just, like, random spike, I was like, we've been seeing. So, okay. This is logical, though. Right? I'm not going to sit here and be upset, because, look, we had this random spike down, pumped up. Right? Random spike, pump up. Random spike, drop lower. So, when we got a really quick spike lower, I was like, you know, we might just keep dumping here. But I should have, dude. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Wow, man. I could have been up $80. This is crazy. The FOMO is crazy. Apex is still running 90% off, I believe. You know, I'm not 100% sure when it ends, but Apex is running 9% off. If you want to get max allocation with some firm, Apex, you can get 20 accounts. That makes the math a lot crazier in your favor. As well as, Alpha Futures Zero Plan, an unbelievable zero plan, $80 for 50K, no activation fee, 1-day pass. That is going on until the end of July, so make sure you get those if you want the discount, 20%. Code Diego on Apex and Alpha Futures. It really does mean a lot for me and to me, and I appreciate anyone that uses my code. I really, really do. It helps me out a lot, and it it will help me buy some of my own funded accounts in the future. So I really do appreciate you guys' support. Watch the channel. We've been doing so much better recently. We're dropping our trade frequency. We're doing everything we need to do, and we just got a little winning trade, a little winning scalp on the day. Nothing wrong with that. So that's the goal. Get max allocated with as many firms as possible, and just get the buffer built, and then everything becomes simple, and your life is great, right? Obviously, it's not going to be all smooth sailing. It's not just easy. Do this, do that, and boom, you're there. It's a whole process, right? We got to commit to the journey and do our part, right? That's trading. So I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have a great week. Be careful with the news this week. We have FOMC on Wednesday. We have crazy news all week. NFP Friday. It's going to be a blast. I cannot wait to live trade in the Discord on Friday because I think that will be a great day. And I'm expecting good stuff this week. And this month, we are going to end. We're guaranteed ready to end green on this month here on one account, and we should win on the month this month, because there should be no way that, or no, even if we lose every day, we shouldn't lose more than 200. So that's 2, 4, 6. We will have a winning month guaranteed. So that is cool. We had a winning month guaranteed. It's guaranteed because we didn't trade today. It would have been the last chance we could have had to lose money this week. Hopefully we can end the month $1,000 in profit. But again, I'm not chasing P&L. I'm just chasing improvements and getting better. So I appreciate all you guys that watch the videos. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Like the video, and let me know how you guys did today. I'm really curious to see, did you guys trade today? Because this is blown account PA. I always call it how it is. This is blown account PA. This would be a nice 5-minute IUVG, but hearsay, there say, right? Or whatever. I'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate all the support, and yeah, hopefully you guys have a great day. Peace.